Alright, so I recently acquired a modded Wii U, and as you can see here, I've been copying some games and whatnot. And I found out something that I thought was pretty interesting and pretty useful that I wanted to share with y'all. So, normally, whenever you're backing up your own Wii games, you'd have to use the Wii U Disk Dumper, which is highlighted on the screen here. And then afterwards, normally, you'd have to eject the SD card from the Wii U, go over to your computer, move some files around so that the WUP Installer GX, shown here, can actually see the files. Now, personally, I find that really annoying, and while, yes, I could, do a whole batch of games, copy them, and then move them over to this folder on the computer, and then put it back in there, and then just install all of my games. I personally like to, after I rip a Wii game, like to check and make sure that the game that I just copied actually works. And I can go ahead and install it and verify that it's done, and so that I know that it's done, working, and just out of the way. So with that in mind, I would rather check that my Wii U games work, if possible, without using the computer, and I found a way to do that. So let's assume that I have just copied a Wii U game using the Wii U Disk Dumper or the WUD application. So afterwards, after I would do that, I would use this application I found on the Homebrew, Homebrew launcher? Whatever it's called WiiUShell. Now I'm going to go ahead and launch it. So WiiUShell is basically a Wii U equivalent of Microsoft's File Explorer, so you can look around and see what files are on your SD card and whatnot. So as you can see here, I've already installed some games, so I have my install folder here. I went ahead, for the sake of this video, and emptied it so I can, show you how all of this would work for a normal game rip and whatnot. Now I will say, whenever you click on a folder, it does take a moment or so for it to register in here. In this application, I have used it a little bit, and there are a handful of bugs. However, it has not stopped me from doing what I need to do here. So I will go ahead and highlight the Wii U or WU dump folder that is generated from the WUDD application or WUD, and here is my backup of my game. Now I will go ahead and go into this folder and go into this one, and you'll see that I have made a backup of my game using the .app format. This is important. So for the WUD GX application, you're going to need this folder, this GM folder. However, for the sake of this video, I'm just going to transfer this folder, and you'll see what I do here in a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight this folder. I'm going to click Y to select it. I'm going to click X. This is all my gamepad. And then I'm going to, using my D-pad, move down to move here and press A. And I'm going to go ahead and press B to back out of this folder, go over to the install folder and press A. Now you can see that this folder is currently empty. So I'm going to deposit that folder. So I'm going to click the X button to bring up that menu again, press A to paste, and now you can see that this folder is here. Now we are almost ready to actually install this game on my Wii U. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to press A to enter this folder and do the same process that we just did. I'm going to press Y, press X, move this folder, and I'm going to put it right here. So this folder needs to be right here in order for the Wii U to actually be able to say, hey, I have a game that you can install in here and is ready to go. So I am now going to go ahead and go to the home menu, close the software, and go through the, it's pretty much a straightforward process from there, exactly what you would expect. After you do that, you just go over to your WUP Installer GX application. Sorry, I think I called it something else earlier. I'm going to go ahead and launch that. And you should see that there is that exactly the same folder labeled on here as an option for something that I can install. Yep, there you go. So if I were to want to install it, I would click here. So there's a little green check mark next to there. I would click install. Are you sure you want to install it? Yes. And since I have a hard drive plugged in, I would select USB. Now, since I've already installed this application, I'm not going to do that, and it takes 15 minutes just to show this. So let's say we did some off-camera magic here. I'm going to go ahead and close that software. And after you successfully install your software, as you saw earlier, you should see the application that you copied now on your home screen. Now you do not need the Wii U disc in your console after you've made this backup. For example, you can see here that I have Mario Kart 8's disc in here. I do not need that after I've copied this game. So that is just a coincidence, but I will go ahead and launch here Skylander Swap Force, which would be the game that I had just copied. And at least for some reason my Wii U keeps doing this, keeps asking to prepare for an update, and it does absolutely nothing, which I completely ignore. Don't know why it's doing this. I just say, yeah, that's cool. Cancel, just start it. And it should start up just fine if your copy worked. So, alright. Looks like everything worked out well. Alright, well, if this has been helpful to you, I'd really appreciate. I'm going to be a little bit of sellout here. Like and subscribe so I can, you guys know that, or letting me know that I can, keep making more content like this, and that it's actually helpful to y'all. Alright, have a good day, guys.